Hello, and welcome to the Tarot with Titania reading of the week for March 10th to the 17th, 2023. I invite you to close your eyes, and let's get into the reading. Please take 3 nice deep breaths. Deep into your body. You can put your hand over your heart if you like. This is a lovely way to remember you are in a body, this beautiful, beautiful body that is yours, that heals you, aligns you, and balances you. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I'm here with all of your children now and in the future. And my intention is to be a clear channel for the information we most need to receive right now. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information we most need to receive, and to provide that in a manner that we will easily and effortlessly hear, understand, and integrate for our well-being and the well-being of anyone whose life we touch. I'd like to invite my higher self and the higher selves of all those listening now and in the future, as well as an overlighting angel of communication, to be present and facilitate this exchange, ensuring that it happens in the highest and best way possible. I'd also like to invite the 4 archangels to come and hold the 4 directions around us, across time and space. Wherever you are held in this circle of light. I invite Raphael to hold the east, Michael to hold the south, Gabriel to hold the west, and Uriel to hold the north. Thank you for coming. We set the tone for ease, for clarity, for wisdom, for healing, for transformation, for peace, for whatever it is that's in our collective heart and mind at this time. May it be addressed here, now, today, in the time that we have together. And anything that doesn't match these frequencies is welcome to go now. And let's get into the reading, shall we? Creator, what is it that we most need to know this week? What would be most helpful for our individual and collective path forward, so that we are always moving forward in good ways, bringing our best to life, being the best that we can be, for our good and the good of everyone on the planet at this time. Okay. The recent past, the energy is waning, but it continues into the present, into the future. This energy is important. We know this energy. This is the Fool energy. We've seen the Fool a few times now here, haven't we? So this beautiful energy, the very first card of the major arcana, which is really a cycle. So it just, as it ends, it begins again, just like life. And so the Fool is indicating this beginning of the journey, the start, something fresh, something new. We're coming from this energy. We know this newness. We know this possibility, this potential energy that the energy that the possibility and potentiality hold for us in terms of our projections forward into life. So there's this excitement, this anticipation, this eagerness. So just think, remember when you were a child and you had the whole summer, you woke up on the first morning of your summer holidays, if you were fortunate enough to have that to look forward to, or even the anticipation of an upcoming holiday, and you wake up and it's the first morning of your holiday. You haven't even had a cup of tea or coffee yet. It's simply lying there thinking about the possibility space, that clear, open field of energy, of what it is that will be inspiring and enjoyable, and surprises and delights and all the good stuff that we associate with a holiday. That's the quality of the energy of the Fool. It's sort of this fresh new beginnings, fresh starts. It's early, early morning in this card. He's setting forth on a beautiful day. The sun is out and everything is amazing. So this energy is sitting in our recent past. It's influencing our present and our future. But this quality of fresh new beginnings, of fresh starts, of taking the journey. So this is where we're coming from. This energy is carrying forward into our present, into our future, sort of remembering that we are on the journey. We have begun the journey, and it's yes, it'll be up and down and all around, but it's exciting, and carrying that into our present and into our future. The present card is the Force card. We've seen this one a lot as well. This card is the pruning card, as I like to call it. It's the clean it up card. Keep cleaning it up. So the card of coming in and cutting away all the dead, diseased, and crossing branches, just removing the obstacles to our good, removing the obstacles, removing the stuff, the extraneous stuff in our lives, the things that are no longer relevant to us. Body, mind, heart, and spirit, just letting go of things, continually letting go. I mean, this has been a theme over the past 3 years, this card. I can't tell you how many times it's come up. But this quality of just continually cleaning it up, letting it go, cleaning it up, letting it go, cleaning it up, letting it go. I mean, we never get it done. I mean, this is life. This is the process of life. But this continual cleaning and clearing so that we are as clean and clear within ourselves and able to respond, to go lightly, to adjust and adapt. And I think it's really interesting how these two are together, because it's like our resilience comes from our capacity to adjust and adapt, to be nimble, to respond to the incoming opportunities and the unanticipated adventures that we are engaging on, so that we're responding authentically, congruently, cleanly. You know, I know many of you listening have had the experience of travel. And when one travels, one is in the present moment. There's a nowness. We live right here, right now when we're traveling. And there's an eager anticipation for what's coming, and a willingness and a capacity to adjust and adapt. It's like, okay, well, this didn't quite work out, so we're going to go with this. And we just move. We move with the flow of life as it comes towards us. And it's so gratifying. People, describe their experiences when they travel, and they felt so alive and so invigorated. Well, it's that being on the edge of their lives, being on the edge of experience, being in the present moment and responding to life as it comes towards us. This is sort of the quality of this energy here. This very much this, keeping it clean, being here now, responding to what is, moving on, adjusting and adapting, keep going, that kind of energy. The near future for this week, we have the Tower. So 2 major arcanas, 1, 2. The Tower, well, I mean, what does it look like? Things are coming down to their foundations. So the Tower has been struck by the lightning of truth. Anything that is out of integrity is being brought down to its foundations, because it isn't in integrity. It isn't congruent. It isn't in service to life any longer. So as we keep moving forward and we see things around us, whether that's relationships, whether that's jobs, whether that's homes, whether that's friendships, whether that's things that we've been engaged in, careers, jobs, as I said, all of that stuff, but also in the macrocosm, the larger scale of humanity, those structures, because we're continually changing. And so those structures that are there to support and scaffold us as humanity, if they're not keeping up, they have to go. They fall away to be replaced with something new, something fresh, something that is more in alignment and congruent. So this energy of the dropping away, the cutting away, the clean and clear, it's fascinating, because these cards are all about that energy of things just needing to get shed and go. No more. This is it. It's got to go. We've got to keep it clean and light. We've got to keep it nimble. We've got to be able to adjust and adapt and respond, rather than these ponderous organizations that take a long, long time to respond. And there's nothing wrong with that, because I think it's important to have time to reflect and not just sort of rush boldly and blindly into things, because there's a lot of things that potentially can be problematic. We do need a balance between both. But there's sort of this feeling of eagerness for what is to come, that we need to keep it clean and clear in the present moment. And that this, as we move into the future, this sort of energy of the future, it's this things that are out of integrity falling away. There's not much we can do to salvage them, because they are so flawed. They have to come down to their foundations. And as I said, this is in our personal lives, and this is on the macrocosm, the scale of our collective experience as humanity. So don't be too dismayed as you see these things kind of playing out. Just observe it, notice how you feel, because we all have feelings. It's human. It's very essential for us to recognize and acknowledge those experiences, but also recognizing that those feelings are not us. They are not who we are. They're simply a part of our experience. So as we navigate this next little while, and March is supposed to be very transformative. There's supposed to be a lot of change energy this month. If you follow any astrologers, you're going to have heard that message again and again and again. The alignment of the planets. And I was just reading something about the Mayan calendar. We're in the last 13-day period of Tzolk'in cycle, which is a 260-day period. And it finishes at the equinox in March, which is on the 20th, I believe, this year. And so there's this new beginning, because the equinox marks, the spring equinox March in the Northern Hemisphere marks the beginning of the year. in Aries. And so there's all these cycles, and there's a whole bunch of planets right now that are changing signs. So there's a lot of momentum of new energy, new dynamics. We don't know really where it's going to go, but holding on to eager anticipation, being willing to be delighted and surprised, that's all in the Fool here. We need to carry that eagerness inside of us, keeping things nimble, clean, and clear in our lives, letting go of the things that no longer serve us. That'll become apparent as we go. That's just how life works. That no longer serves us. We're going to let it go, make some room, make some space, lighten our load so we can adjust and adapt more readily. And then this near future energy of things just continuing to fall away so that they can be built up again from a clean, clear, and solid foundation. Really important that we are adjusting and adapting as humanity, and we are going to continue to adjust and adapt. It's one of the things we do beautifully as humanity. We change, we grow, we become more. And as a result, we are able to transform our experience. And those changes, those differences may not be apparent as yet to us collectively, but there are all kinds of solutions waiting in the wings, ready to be brought forth. Have no fear. Humanity is already on the program. There are already all the things that we need are already lined up. We just need to keep moving forward and staying nimble, staying clean and clear. Okay. Foundation, why we're having the reading this week. This card of disappointment, the Five of Hearts. So this card, we see this fellow here has made an offer to this young lady and she cannot accept him. She likes him very, very much, but she can't say yes because she would not be honoring her heart and her own ability. She'd be putting herself at the bottom of the pile to please another, which is not what we're here to do. We are not here to put ourselves at the bottom of the pile. We're here to live our experience authentically, congruently, truly, deeply, following our yes, following where it leads. Now, if we all do this, it's not to say that he didn't follow his yes in asking for her, but it means the journey is something that we have to engage in. We have to take the journey. We have to explore the options. We have to see where it takes us. We've just got to go. The theme was last week, take the journey. And it's this quality of, yes, get in there, do the thing, follow the yes, follow where it's leading you, because that's where life wants you. The shiny thing, the inspiring and exciting thing, that's your indicator. That's your sign of where life wants you. And it may not be the end result because, of course, life is a process. It's a journey. It's not the destination. And so as we take the journey, we have these experiences. They lead us to the next thing or the next person or the next shiny thing. It's just this ongoing experience that we need to honor and give ourselves permission to take. And so with this card, the foundation card, why we're having the reading this week, it's like, yeah, it's not always going to be sunshine and roses, but if we don't engage and take the journey, we will never know. We have to do it. And so in this case, we see that there are 5 hearts in this picture. 3 of them are broken, but 2 are still whole, which means there's still love, there's still light, there's still possibility space. It's just a bit disruptive right now, emotionally disruptive when there's a disappointment. It's hard. I know. When we have a disappointment, it sets us back, knocks us on our little tush for a while. And that's okay because, again, we're humans. We're having this life experiences. Along with this life experience come emotions. We need to take the time to process them and let them go and feel them and then release them, knowing that they aren't ours, but they are part of the human experience. And so we don't want to invalidate them, yet at the same time, we don't want to become trapped by them. We want to keep moving on, clean and clear, letting things go, moving on. So all of this is very much about this. Follow your heart, follow the joy, follow the love, follow the light, follow what your heart is telling you you need to pay attention to. Keep it light, let go of the extra burdens or the extra baggage that might be impeding you from moving forward towards your yes. Keep it eager anticipation for how life is going to surprise and delight you, because if you have that expectation, that's what you're going to experience. That's what you're going to see. That's what you're going to draw towards you. And then this near future thing, watching as the structures that no longer serve fall away around us. Be curious about it. Stay light about it. Don't get into judgment if you can. Try to stay just neutral and observant and curious. Like it's a movie that you're watching on TV. Sometimes we get emotionally caught up in things. Well, can you create some distance and just get curious and watch what's happening and feel it a little bit in terms of your wiser self? What is it that you need to know about these things? Because ultimately, as I said, humanity is incredibly resilient and we will adjust and adapt, and we are creating new solutions. There are new solutions already in the wings, ready to go. It's just being aware that we have to go through this process of that falling away. And that can be a little bit concerning, obviously, because it's what's familiar, it's what's known, and change is always uncomfortable. And yet, we are here to be our unique selves. We're here to bring ourselves forward, our gifts, our abilities. And at this time, we're here to move nimbly and quickly and go with this energy and this beautiful flow. So that is the reading for this week. Wow, it's very, very interesting to see. I can't wait to see how all this is going to play out. And I wonder, I hope you do too. You can let me know in the comments. Where are you feeling? What are you feeling about the direction life is going in? How is it sitting with you? Are you able to find that eagle's perch, the capacity to kind of get high and observe what's going on and stay neutral and not be too charged? Or are you finding you're just overwhelmed by it all? Because really all of it is valid. We are, as I said, we're human. Having feelings is part of the deal. But let me know how you're doing. Okay, and with that, let's pull our card to grow on so we know, we get a sense of what's best for us this week. Where do we need to keep our focus, our attention, and our energy so that we can be as adjustable and adaptable, as nimble and responsive as is helpful for our personal highest and greatest good, and the highest and greatest good of all those around us, this beautiful planet and all life on her. Okay, card to grow on for this week. Princess of Wands. I was wondering if the creative energy was going to come into it this week, and it is. So our creative life force, our generative potential, is the fire of life in us. It matches that spark, that inner yes that we experience. The things that excite us, that draw us out, that draw us onward, that's what we need to be giving our energy and our attention to. So this card, the Princess of Wands, princesses are pages in other decks, and it's all about new beginnings. It's about that energy of, it can be a new baby, it can be a new business, but it's that quality of newness, a new opening, a new possibility, a new start, a fresh start. And this is on the level of creativity, inspiration, and passion, of what ignites our passion, of what brings us to life, that fiery, juicy, generative quality of energy. This is our card to grow on this week. So as we're moving through this week, I'm going to encourage all of us to pay attention to where's the fire, where's the spark, where is the juicy, exciting, inspiring energy, and put your energy there, put your focus there, because that is renewing and grounding and empowering, and it's why you came. You are here, we are all here to share our gifts and develop those gifts and be in that state of generative possibility and potential, bringing through our unique vehicles, our unique perspective, our unique skill set, the inspiration from life, and making it manifest into the world for ourselves and for others, whatever that may be. You may be a rocket scientist, you may be a healer, you may be an artist, you may be a gardener, you may be a teacher. All of us have that generative yesness, that inspiring quality that calls us onward. And this is telling us to pay attention this week to what is it that brings us to life. And as I said, there's no wrong answer because we're all unique, we're all different, and there are often many things that light us up. They're all part of our yes. They're all part of what we're here to experience and nurture into a greater expression. So that's our card to grow on this week. It's lovely. New beginnings on the level of inspiration, creativity, and passion. Paying attention to that for ourselves this week. And knowing that it serves not only us to pay attention to our passion, but it serves everyone. When we're on purpose, we are in service to life. When we're excited, lit up. And as again, it's going to be up and down all around because we're human, and that's how the life flows go. But it's all good. And understanding that it's all good and it's all serving us and it's all for us. But that generative energy I encourage you this week to spend time there. Spend time thinking about what brings you to life. Work on a project that maybe you've shelved for a little bit. Part of that cleaning things up, getting things done. Spending some time with something that is inspiring. Which just popped into my mind is I've had a project that I have had sitting next to me here for a couple of years, I think it is now. And it involves beads and color and beautiful prisms and things that I want to hang up in my greenhouse. And I want to make these beautiful things and hang them up so my life is just a little bit more sparkly and, rainbows and unicorns. And I pulled it out this week and I'm working on it. That's just an example of something small that's very satisfying and has an end result that's going to bring me more joy and may bring other people joy. As they wander around maybe and experience my greenhouse, they're going to see these sparkly, happy rainbow things, and maybe it'll bring them to a little bit more inspiration and joy, and they might want to make some for their own greenhouse. I don't know. But just an example of how a small thing like that can bring us so much satisfaction and joy and put us in a good state of mind. Because the other layer of that is as we go through the tower energy, the more resilient, optimistic, positive outlook that we are holding within ourselves, whether that's for a small project or a big picture, how we want the earth to look, we will be helping to add energy to the new earth. The collective field of humanity is creating something right now. And the more we dwell in positivity, optimism, joy, satisfaction, pleasure, peace, well-being, kindness, all of those frequencies and energies are very, very important right now. And the more we anchor them within ourselves on the earth plane, the more we're helping to hold the balance in a good way. It takes fewer people holding high frequency energy to counteract a lot of people holding heavier, denser energy. It's an interesting thing, but high frequency energies have more power or potency to help balance the collective. So just bear that in mind this week as you find your happy thing and do your beautiful thing and bring it to life for yourself and your own well-being and those who get to experience it around you. And with that, I wish you a beautiful week. Happy St. Paddy's Day to those who celebrate it. And I will look forward to seeing you next week. And next week I will also have the spring equinox reading. So keep an eye out for that. We'll have 2 readings next week. And with that, much love. I'll look forward to seeing you then. Take good care and have a beautiful, inspiring week. Bye for now.